Hello, grade twos. Are you ready to carry on with our story and see who Pim's going to meet this week? Our chapter is called A Tall Story. So I'm sure you can guess who it might be that he meets. But let's read and find out. Mrs. Art Fox spent the rest of the night hunting for termite hills. Pim didn't go with her as he was too tired after his digging lesson. He went to sleep in the new burrow, and, of course, he was just waking up when his mother came home at dawn to sleep. Dawn? When is dawn? Do you know? It's opposite completely. When do we go to sleep? We won't go to sleep at dawn. Dawn's at the beginning of the day, early morning. All right, she said when she saw his hopeful face. After your feed, you can go up top for a while. Don't be too long, though. I'm ready for a good day's sleep. So Pim was scampering up, soon Pim was scampering up the tunnel. He popped his head out and listened. Nothing. He ventured out a little further when his night eyes had become used to the light. This was an interesting place. The new burrow was on a sort of shelf. There were what looked like the tops of trees scalloping the edge of it, scalloping, just making a pretty pattern. And beyond them, the veld stretched out as far as he could see. Suddenly, he heard something. There was a sort of munching noise coming from the treetops. Monkeys? Very cautiously, or carefully, his tail leaving a trail in the sand, Pim moved towards the sound. As he neared the edge of the shelf, which was really a small cliff, Pim saw that the sound was being made by a long, pink tongue plucking leaves from a tree. The owner of a tongue saw Pim at the same time as Pim saw her. Shyly, she jerked back her head, which was balanced on a long, long neck, which seemed to go down forever. Have you worked out what the animal is yet? Pim couldn't help staring. He peeped over the edge of the cliff. She went right down to the bottom, to the ground below. She had not climbed up the tree as he had first thought. She was as tall as the tree. There she is, look. Can you see the picture? Look. Pim forgot about being polite. What are you? He said, goggling. Goggling is staring. Me? I'm just a giraffe. She smiled at Pim in a friendly way. Haven't you seen a giraffe before? No, I haven't, Pim said. You're very tall, aren't you? I suppose I am. I have to be able to reach my food. I've never seen anyone like you either. What are you? An aardvark. Pim waited for the usual reply. An odd? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch it. Well, this was a change at any rate. Mind you, Miss Giraffe was in no position to find anyone else strange, because she looked very strange herself. An aardvark, said Pim clearly. I live under the ground, and you live a long way above it. Well, yes, Miss Giraffe admitted. I find reaching down to the ground rather difficult, actually. Drinking is terribly difficult. My legs are so long and my knees won't bend properly. I have to straddle them down sideways and bend my head down in between them to the water. So this is the giraffe's legs. They have to spread them like that, wide open. And then they put their heads down, and that's when they're in danger, because it takes quite a lot of effort to stand up again. So if there's any lions or predators around, then they could be in trouble. They can get caught. It's a good job I have a long neck. "Oh, show me," Pim said. Miss Giraffe showed him, which was very kind of her, seeing that it was such an uncomfortable position for her. "Yes, I see what you mean," Pim said when her head came up again. "How do you get down to sleep? It must be very difficult." "I don't," said Miss Giraffe. "I sleep standing up." "Oh," said Pim. "Do you know, I probably would never have met you at all if I hadn't been up here on this cliff. Not to talk to, anyway. Now, you show me something, Miss Giraffe." That foxed him. That made him, he didn't know what to do. "What sort of something?" he asked. "Well, something special you can do because you're an aardvark." Pim thought hard. "Well, I can dig," he said. "Can you dig?" "No," said Miss Giraffe. "Show me." So Pim, delighted to show off, dug a hole very fast, shooting earth into the air behind him with his hind legs and his tail. So see how good he is at digging now. Miss Giraffe was very impressed. "But why are your ears all flat like that?" she said when he popped his head out of the hole again. "You do look funny." "Oh, it keeps the earth out," Pim said. He had thought of something else he could do. "I can stick my tongue in and out very fast," he said. "Watch." And he goes, but of course his tongue is much longer. "I can do that too," Miss Giraffe said. "There, my tongue is just about as long as yours." And so began a tongue-sticking out match. This is how poor sleepy Mrs. Aardvark found them when she came out to see why Pim had been such a long time. "Really, Pim," she said, "you are very rude. I apologize for my son's manners, Miss Giraffe. He should have known better." "Oh, that's all right, Mrs. Aardvark," Miss Giraffe said, winking at Pim. "I asked him to. But I must go now. My mother will be looking for me. Goodbye." She turned and galloped away, her head and neck swaying forwards and backwards in a steady rhythm. Pim watched her go quite sadly. "She was nice," he told his mother, "but I'm glad I don't have to sleep standing up." "I shall be grateful to get any sleep at all today," Mrs. Aardvark snapped, "even if I have to stand on my head." Pim decided that it would be unwise to keep her from the burrow any longer.